So we just got back from staying at a casino resort in Oklahoma, and I have some thoughts about that I'd like to share with you. I'm going to go over the location, the hotel, the casino, food, everything in between. So let's get to it. So first, I want to apologize for the quality of the video. I didn't know what the rules were at the casino resort. So to be a little inconspicuous and incognito, I went ahead and filmed with my phone because I still wanted to get footage of it. So I apologize for that. All right, I first want to talk about the location. The River Spirit Casino Resort is it's located in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It is not in downtown Tulsa, but on the west side of Tulsa along the Arkansas River. It's actually close to I-44 and the Creek Turnpike. So it's definitely not in a bad location. So my first impression when we arrived was I like the fact that it wasn't too far, but it was far enough to make you feel like you're somewhere else, other than Oklahoma, so to speak. It's I really like the fact when we pulled up, it was really easy to figure out where to go as far as parking. They do offer 3 types of parking. I mean, you can park outside, or you can park in the parking garage, and they do offer valet. Now, I know the self-parking and the outside parking were free. I don't know what the valet was, because that's not my jam, so we didn't park there. But once we got in the parking garage, we were able to find a spot to park. And then when we got out, I like the fact that that there was plenty of signs directing you to the lobby, which was cool. It was on along the walkway. It was actually covered, so you're totally protected by the elements, which I really enjoyed. And like I said, and when you walked into the lobby, it was huge. It was really all decked out. I think they have a theme. I think it's based off Margaritaville, by Jimmy Buffett. So it kind of gave you that paradise feel and atmosphere. So that was pretty cool. Once we got to the hotel, we got inside of the hotel. And this hotel is it's 27 stories tall. And I think it has 483 rooms, so it's definitely a good size. I mean, this place has 2 casinos, several places to eat, gift shops. There's an entertainment center called the Paradise Cove, which that's where a lot of concerts are played, and not just local acts, but big names. I know recently, Terry Clark was there. She's a country artist. I mean, they have a whole lot of people, and you can actually check that list out on the River Spirits website. Now they are owned and operated by the Muskogee Nation, so that was pretty cool. There are no pets allowed, and really, I don't think, not recommended for a family with small children, only because there isn't a whole lot for them to do. Now, I know it has a pool, but that's only open, I think, during the warmer months, of course. So, I wouldn't really recommend it. This is kind of more, it's upscale, or at least it feels like it's upscale, because like I said, they've got some pretty nice restaurants you can eat at. Of course, it's not cheap, so keep that in mind. You know, like I said, they have gift shops, they have like 2 casinos, several restaurants, a bar, several bars, all under one roof. So I mean, you can't beat that. So, and you know, when we checked in, the representative at the guest services desk was super cool. Very nice, and just felt like that they really liked where they were at, so that kind of, you know, gave off a positive vibe. So once we checked in, and we did get the 21st floor, so which I was hoping for, because I really wanted to be as high as we could, just because I'm weird. But all right, so now that we're checked in, I think I'm assuming you are dying to see what the room looks like, so let's go check it out. All right, as we open the door, like I said, here's the room. We got a king size bed. You know, there's a couch, and the bathroom was pretty nice. You know, it came with the amenities. They have, you know, of course, the little bottle of shampoo, conditioner, you know, body lotion. They did have coffee, tea, and water complimentary, which, you know, was free. You know, of course, a mini fridge. And the view was pretty cool too. You can actually see downtown Tulsa. Unfortunately, the poor Arkansas River was almost bone dry because, believe it or not, we're actually back in a drought. I think I know we haven't had much rain lately since the summer, so that was kind of a drag. But you know, the decor, you know, it really sent off a you know, positive vibe. You know, I mean, unfortunately, luckily, those are my favorite colors. I love teal, so that kind of benefit, you know, worked out in my favor. But it was real cozy, and definitely, I think I liked the couch. The couch was pretty cool. So, all right. So, I mean, this is pretty much, you know, the room. I like, you know, they had the TV turned into a welcome sign, so you can see the welcome. But yeah, so I mean, this is the room. This is where we'll be staying. So, all right. So now let's go ahead and check out the casino. So check out all the cool stuff they got downstairs. So let's go. All right, now that we're here at the casino floor, like I said, there's 2 casinos. They have a non-smoking area of the casino, which I believe that one is the Margaritaville Casino. And then just past that, they've got the River Spirit Casino, which is smoking. You know, I think the downside is that I feel like that there were more. Most of the restaurants and bars were actually in the smoking section. So even though the Margaritaville is labeled as non-smoking, you can still smell it. But I think it's cool if the closer you get to the other casino, that's where you really run into it. I mean, we did smell it off and on the far back we got, but it was still there. You know, so that was kind of a drag. But the casino has I think over 3,000 slots. There's a blackjack table. There's even a poker room, and it's cool. They give you you can have free access to soda and coffee and water if you want while you're playing the slot. You know, playing the games. So that was kind of cool, and I believe it's all you can drink. So at least of the non-alcoholic beverages. I think they had some people going around if you wanted an alcoholic beverage, but I don't think I saw any. But that doesn't mean that they weren't there. You know, but the casinos were really nice, and the tenants, the people that kept you know, the games working, they were amazing. you know, they were like totally Johnny on the spot. And the reason I say that is because I actually experienced it. One of the machines took a dump on me, and you just push the call attendant, and they were like that. So give a kudos to the workers that keep the maintenance going and keep those machines running. So they were phenomenal. So but yeah, I mean, that's probably the worst part, you know, is the smoking, which unfortunately, if that's something you'll have to deal with, if you know, if you do want to enjoy it. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So now, as far as the restaurants and the food, like I said, they had several restaurants in there. You know, they had really, you know, fine dining where you actually had to make a reservation. I mean, even having pizza, a plate, you know, they had Mazio's was in there. We actually ate at the Margaritaville, which that was awesome. The atmosphere and the way it was set up, I mean, it really made you feel like you were in paradise. And like I said, on the warmer months, the pool is open, and that's actually on the other side of the Margaritaville restaurant. So they'd have that back door open, and the pool like right there and stuff. So unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to get to do that because we did go in February, so when it's still pretty cold. But yeah, so the food was great. I had the Caribbean, I think it was Caribbean jerk salmon, and Scott had the ribs, which they were amazing. Now, of course, the food is pricey, so be prepared on that too. Which, honestly, that's why I kind of don't recommend, you know, bringing your kids, because you know that does add up, so to speak. So, but you know, the choices that they had of, you know, places to sit, places to eat were pretty cool. They did have plenty of bars. They had a sports bar, which we did go visit, and it was it's called the Gridiron. But unfortunately, I didn't videotape any or didn't record any of that. You know, we were just, you know, having a good time too. So I wanted to make sure that we had some quality time, because we did go around Valentine's. It was on Valentine's weekend, so, which was surprisingly not as busy as I would have thought it would be, but I don't know. But yeah, you know, they've got, like I said, the event center, and they also, the hotel resort itself has a upper level, which is has several rooms and even a banquet hall. For corporate events, you know, if you're having meetings or conventions and stuff, they do have plenty of room upstairs for that. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, we had good food. Our breakfast, we actually ate at the Fireside Grill, which that place was amazing too. It was definitely a little upper scale. I mean, something that we're not used to, but you know, hey. And yeah, the breakfast was, you know, was pricey as well, but I mean, you gotta figure that, you know, gotta, when you're doing something like this, because it's an upper scale. I mean, it's not like ritzy, but it's not, you know, low, you know, average family outing. I think it won an award. It was what was it called? 4 Diamond, some type of award for being one of the nicest resort, you know, casino resorts. So I thought that was pretty cool. As far as value, well, when I first was looking into booking the room, I went directly to the website, River Spirits website, and for what I wanted was, you know, king size bed, 1 bedroom, you know, 1 room, 2 adults. It was like $239 per night, and that was before the fees, which I almost turned away. But then I got to thinking, you know, let me try Expedia. So I did look at that one. That one, it got the price down lower. But then Trivago. I had the commercial stuck in my head, so I was like, well, let me try them real quick. So so I went ahead and checked with that, and with everything I've got, you know, the price of the room, the taxes, the fees. I even purchased the insurance just in case, because you never know. And with all of that, it ended up being like $159 per night. And we only stayed one night. I figured that's, you know, that would be enough to do everything we needed to do, and it was. So that wasn't too bad. And of course, you know, you got to count for, you know, food and the gratuity when you're eating at the and drinks and stuff. So now when we did check in, they do tack on $100 fee. It's basically a cleaning fee. It's for just in case. You do get that back, and actually, so that, you know, so you kind of, you know, my advice on that is to shop around. You know, look into the deals, you know, like booking.com, Trivago, Expedia, you know, all those. Check those before going to the actual website. Keep in mind with the when there's concerts and big events, the rooms usually do, you know, are priced higher because of that, unfortunately. And if you can, you know, you can, you know, go during the week. I know you can get a cheaper deal that way, but I would do your research, look around to try to find the best deal on the room. Oh, I did forget to mention that if you don't, they also have, the resort has a gym, so if you wanted to, you know, get your workout on, they do have that. And they also have a salon or sauna, a spa, that has massages, they do nails, facials, and that sort of thing. Of course, that you do have to pay for that, but they do offer that. So if you decide you want, you know, if you're looking for a girls' night, you know, like, or a bachelorette party or something like that, you know, they do have that. So keep that in mind. Yeah, I mean, for what we paid, I mean, it's something we don't do every day. It was a special occasion, so, and personally, I think that, you know, there really is no price tag on a long-term memory, or something that, you know, that you'll remember for a long time. And if it's something that makes you happy, you know, I mean, yeah. So in my opinion, I think it was worth it. I mean, it was, you know, it was something I'm never going to forget, because we had so much fun, you know, playing the casino, you know, just relaxing. I think it is. Now, that's just my opinion. You know, I'm not sure what you're looking for, you know, if that's something you want to do. But, you know, like I said, it was my opinion. I would definitely go back again. So, yeah, I think it was worth it. Now, on the final verdict, my thoughts on that is, I would give it a 4 out of 5 stars. And the only reason, of course, is the smoking. I mean, I really wish there's some way to, you know, make it completely non-smoking, but, you know, apparently you can't do that. But with that, I wish that they'd offer more, like the restaurants and the bars, some of it in the non-smoking section. That way we don't have to walk through the smoking casino and really get all the smells and smoke, you know, of the cigarettes or cigars or whatever. That was probably the only bummer, the only downside. But I mean, we knew what we were getting into, but you know, I just wish there was something. But overall, I mean, the experience was awesome. And so, I mean, if you're planning on something like that, I would go check it out. If you have been to the River Spirit, please let me know in the comments of what your thoughts are on it, what your experience was like. And if you want to come visit, if you have any additional questions, go ahead and leave those in the comments as well. I would totally love to hear your thoughts and anything, any questions that you may have that I wasn't able to cover. But all right, I really hope you enjoyed this, and so I guess I'll see you when I see you. You have a great day. Bye for now.